House this morning, a lot of big news.
Yep.
Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn could be flipping on the president. The Wall Street Journal was first to report that the retired Army Lieutenant General and Trump campaign advisor is requesting immunity in exchange for his testimony. This while federal probes into alleged links between the president's associates and the Russian government plays out. In a letter posted to Twitter, Flynn's lawyer confirmed discussions between his client and the congressional committees while citing unfounded allegations, outrageous claims of treason, and vicious innuendo directed against him. He added that, quote, no reasonable person would submit to questioning in such a highly politicized witch hunt environment without assurances against unfair prosecution.
David Ignatius, those of us around the table, and you at least, old enough to remember 1986 and 1987, Iran-Contra. Boy, I tell you what, this story is taking off at warp speed. What are your insights this morning, David?
First, Joe, yesterday was a day that you felt dizzy. Every couple hours there was some new extraordinary development in this story. Sometimes I think it's like listening to the Watergate tapes live. You're just seeing it all happen.
It is.
You know, just real time. So I think the central development yesterday is the beginning of the immunity negotiations for Mike Flynn. His lawyer says he has a story to tell, and presumably the lawyer thinks that some elements of that story might subject him to prosecution, so he wants to try to negotiate. What is it that Mike Flynn might say that would be important in this investigation? We can only speculate, but the central issue right now, I think, is he can talk about the conversations he had with Donald Trump about his contacts with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak in the phone call that took place on December 29, at the same time that the Obama administration was imposing sanctions. He can talk about what Trump's instructions might have been, if any,
right.
How knowledgeable he was. So I think that going to the heart of his conversations with the president that's the door that seems to be opening with this offer of negotiation for immunity.
And you know, David, you're talking about the dizziness. We're going to get to Nunez in a second, but the fact that you had young NSC staffers alerting the chairman of the Intel Committee, hey, come over, we've got some information we want to give you that you can then circulate outside of here. All of this unfolding, I mean, unfolding without the need of having deep throat in a garage somewhere in Washington, D.C.
Deep Throat's he's on speed dial now, and he's got an Uber preset route. So the Nunez piece of this, again, is extraordinary. As we learn more, it's a piece of theater in which two White House NSC advisors, maybe a third, according to the Washington Post this morning, conduct research to back up Donald Trump's argument that in some way he was improperly surveilled during the transition. They clearly had that material at the White House in early March. And the strange thing is that Nunez became the transmission belt for putting that into play after the White House was just getting rebuffed. People kept saying, there's not really a story here. It became, well, it's not wiretapping, it's incidental intercepts. And so it ended up coming out this way, you have to say now, with Adam Schiff, the ranking member of the House Committee, saying, we're interested, we want to learn about this. He's going to go up to the White House and look at this same material. That there are now going to be two narratives, at least in the House investigation, one about Russian covert action. The other was their improper surveillance. That's now established. So in that sense, you'd have to say Trump has gotten what he wanted out of these last 3 weeks.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.